Just a quick video today. I'm going to do a full one on Abrahamsen soon, but this is all about Tobias Johannesson, the Norwegian method, what you can learn from it, and how they get back into training. So we can see he had basically 3 weeks off training and then got back into it. Biggest week is only 19 hours, so nothing too crazy compared to these hours here or these weeks here. So yeah, we'll go through the sessions and then you'll be able to see exactly what he does. So first session is some weight training. As always, I really recommend doing it. It's good. Everyone should do it if you can. I've actually got a practical gym technique that I may post soon, actually, even if you don't have a gym at all, but you do have a turbo trainer, because I think there could be some gains from isometric strength work. But yeah, strength training, good. Everyone knows it's good. If you have time and can do it, you should do it. You'll get better. So yeah, definitely do this. Next one is the mince ride. Now, the mince ride is important because you need to have a good LT1. You need to have good endurance for road cycling. So this is 4 hours and 193 average, 210 normalized. This guy's threshold is 360, 370 maybe. So yeah, really not trying ride. But yeah, it's important to do them. So yeah, we'll get into the mince ride in a minute. But yeah, very important. Next ride here was some threshold efforts. Now, I don't think these were when I say threshold, I just mean, zone 4, over 85% of threshold roughly. So these are 330 watts. Obviously, his threshold would come down over winter. So this might be a sweet spot-ish effort. Nothing too crazy. I think it's 5x10 here. 330. You can see the heart rate's, it's going up to 170, 173, but nothing crazy. I assume his max is probably 180, 190. But yeah, it's going across slowly, plateaus as well, so nothing too crazy for sure. There is some drift. The first one you can see average 157, the last one 165. So it's definitely having some fatigue across the session, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, good session. Get some sweet spot work in, get some kind of threshold work in, but don't go crazy. 5x10 seems enough for him. You could probably get away with 4x10. The next session I believe we're going to have is some LT1 work. Now, this is where we're going to get into why I don't think this is necessary. So I think it's this ride here. He does some LT1 testing at the end of each block. He did a lactate test. So the first one he did 265, heart rate 140. 270, 144, so you can see he's slowly upping it. The heart rate gets up a little bit, 280, 148, 284. So the point is, right, so let's say his LT1's probably around 270, 280 watts. Now, assuming this is in good season, if he's doing about, let's say 270 and his threshold is 360, then that's 75% of threshold is the top end of zone 2, which is pretty standard. It could be higher. It could be 280 watts. If it's 280, it then gets to 78%. So let's say you've got I don't know, a threshold of 280. So we'll just do that, the top of your zone. Let's say somehow you've got a similar LT1, 75% of threshold. That means your LT1 that you would do intervals at, 2 times 15 would be 210 watts. Now, that's not very difficult at all. If your threshold is 280 watts, it's really not a massive issue. If your threshold's 280, you can probably ride at 200 watts for 3 hours, no worries. So although I really do think mincing is good, going way under, I think these rides, the LT1 rides, I think if your threshold is quite low and your LT1 is quite a low percentage of it, I don't think you need to. I think I would just do the whole ride, trying to ride about 200 watts if my threshold was 280 and I knew my LT1 was 210, because it's just so low relatively. You can just do it. Obviously, if you're tired, you can have some rest. But if you're doing 2 times half an hour, 2 times 20 minutes at 210, I just don't think it's hard enough. And you might say, okay, but isn't that the same with him? Well, it's a higher percentage, right? So this could be 80%, 75% of threshold, the 280 watts. So that's obviously a higher percentage, but also just there's more watts. If you're doing 280 watts all day, that is actually really tiring. And you might go, okay, yeah, but it's the same percentage. It's yes, but the actual caloric expenditure is different. And if you're fueling on similar amounts of grams per hour, obviously you're just burning way more fat. Obviously you're just burning, let's say, equivalent fat and carbs. Then you're just going to dig yourself into a hole way easier if you're doing way more. So if you're doing 280 watts the whole time compared to 210. So yeah, I'd say I don't think LT1's completely useless if your threshold is lower. I would count myself in this. I think, like, for me, my LT1's like 230, 240. Like, yeah, I'm a bit soft. I don't ride round at like 220 watts all day, but I could. So yeah, I think my conclusion would be, if your LT1 is this, I'd just try and ride, and you don't ride for that long. Okay, if you're doing 6 hours, you're not going to do 6 hours LT1, but if you're doing 2-3 hours, I just do the whole ride at that. And I think you probably get more bang for your buck, and I think you could do it at that intensity. So I think I'd only really do LT1 blocks if you've got really long rides, or your LT1 is actually quite hard to do. But yeah, I hope this video is useful. Full Abrahamson video inbound, because he's done some interesting stuff. So yeah, anyway, cheers for watching. Hope you'd enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.